Comparison and contrast essays. Maybe you remember from level 3 that when we compare things, we talk about the similarities that are between them. And when we contrast, we're talking about differences. In fact, if you took level 3 here at Richland College, you probably remember that you had to write a process paper that was a comparison contrast essay, and that you also had a comparison contrast essay as part of your common prompt. So let's look at what a comparison and contrast essay might look like. And we'll do that by examining a topic that a lot of people write about in level 3, which is comparing the food in another country with the food in the United States. So that in and also may shop in supermarkets. You probably also had a list of 2 or 3 things that were different. These differences might have included the utensils that you used. For example, forks and knives here, and maybe chopsticks. The spices, which give food, their unique flavors, were probably different. And you may also have said something about differences in portion sizes. In the U.S., we often have one big dish with a lot of food on it. And in many countries, there are many smaller dishes with smaller quantities of food on them. In level 3, you probably wrote your paper using information that you knew from your own experience. In other words, you used a personal source of information. But there is another way to write a paper, and that is to use information that you get from other places. In other words, where you do some research. And in level 4, that's what we're going to concentrate on, so that you can make a bridge from talking about your own experiences into creating a product that is appropriate in an academic or a professional setting. If you think about the writing process, you'll remember that the first step is inventing. Well, in this case, you've already taken care of that because you have selected a topic, a controversial topic, that you're going to write about. You also need to do some research and find at least one source which supports the point of view and another which opposes that point of view. Most of you did your research. Now, if you haven't gotten to that step, you'll need to do that before you start writing. Let's go back to our old friend Tim, who's still sitting there with that piece of paper looking extremely frustrated. Remember, his topic was a historical one, and the question was, should Japanese Americans have been interned during World War II? Just like you, Tim has an opinion on this topic. He thinks that people should never have been put into these camps. But he also realizes that there's another side. Obviously, they were put into these camps. And so he's going to have to do a little bit of research to find out why people argued on either side of this position. Tim knows that even though he doesn't agree with some people's reasons, he's comparing and contrasting their opinions, not stating his own. He's going to do that in his final paper, but not in this paper. So he starts with a chart. He has the question that he's asking, and he's going to make a list of why people believe that it was okay, and believe that it was okay, and why people did not believe it was okay. Just like Tim, you're now ready to begin organizing your draft. So return to eCampus and follow the instructions there on creating an informal outline.